Well, good morning, everybody. It's Travels with Dottie on March 21st, 2024. Excuse me. And we are into spring. Spring is here. I'm happy about spring being here. Happy to be here in Preferred RV Resort. And this morning, my mission, I have two missions today. The first one we're on our way to, and that is to see Dr. Lewis, my chiropractor at MedSpine here in Pahrump. Um, I am missing the $6 breakfast um, at the resort because I made an eight. It started at 7:30, and I guess I could have rushed in there at 7:30, had breakfast, but I didn't. I didn't think of that until just now because I'm going to get back certainly too late. I think it closes at 9 and my appointment's at 8:15. So next time I'll just go to breakfast at 7:30 and leave from there maybe to go to an appointment if I get another 8:15 one. Oh well, didn't think of that. Um, it's a beautiful day. You can see as we get out here and we exit. Okay, it's 7:30 to 9:30. I think I can make breakfast. We'll see. There's the office here at the front, which is manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's all sorts of nice fencing and lighting and video camera. It's very security is very tight here, which is um, nice. It's a look at the mountains. So this time you're going to see a little bit different part of Pahrump because instead of making a right down here, I'm going to be making a left. Yeah, I don't know if you hear the engine whine. I had it in low gear. I've been doing this. They suggest to go into low gear in the park so you can maintain that 5 mile per hour speed limit easily. And every time I leave, I forget to put it in automatic. So we're going to make a left here instead of a right. We're going to see some new stuff, some different stuff. There's right behind me, just over the fence there, is a Holiday Inn Express on the left there, which is going to be hard for you to see because of that big fireball in the sky there on the screen. Sorry about that. There's lots of big signs for um, fireworks, not of interest to me. So there's a Napa Auto Parts on the right here, and if you prefer an AutoZone on the left, and back by Starbucks in the other directions, and O'Reilly's Auto Parts. So um, over here on the left is a big laundromat that when I have a lot of stuff to do or something really big that's too much for the resort regular size washers. That's where I go. And here is another casino called Saddle West. There's also an RV park, but I mentioned this because Saddle West on Saturday nights has prime rib nights. So I think it's $20. I'll let you know because my friend Judy is going to be coming through town. You'll know her from the camp and Quartzsite. She's coming through town for a couple of days, and we're going to not only have prime rib there that Saturday night, but that next day is Easter, and the Preferred RV Resort has an Easter dinner, so we're going to go to that as well. So we'll be eating well that weekend, and we'll be sending Judy off to her home in Bishop, well fed and well rested. There's a stretch here where there's not much. There's like a power plant or something on the left here, and a lot of desert on the right. looks like somebody selling RVs on the left there, a small place. Don't know what it's called. And I will certainly let you know what the doc says. I feel I don't have the complaint that I had last year, don't have the leg pain, don't have really any pain, just stiffness. And I'm hoping he can do something about that stiffness. And if I had to call it pain, I'd call the pain on a 10 scale 1 or 2. And I'm going to time this just right because it's saying it's 8:10 and my appointment's at 8:15, and it's right up here after this next intersection. There's a big sign up here for the source, and it's the source for marijuana, legal marijuana sales, which is legal in Nevada. They say they're number 1 for cannabis in Pahrump. And it's right after this intersection. There's a retail strip. There's a med spine sign on the front, and that's where we're going. And you see we're getting out of town here. You keep going here for about another 40 minutes, and you'll be in Las Vegas. Here, that white truck turn is where we're going. You might be able to see on this big sign about halfway down the med spine, just above the Edward Jones. So if you're an Edward Jones client, you can see your financial advisor and your chiropractor in the same place. All right, I will be back and I'll let you know how it goes. I am out of, I finished my chiropractic session, and we did a full set of x-rays since it's been a year. And so there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is when you look at the x-rays, you see the structural problems that were happening, like my hips not being even and one side being slightly rotated. Those are still present, but they're less pronounced than they were last year. So that's an improvement. However, the structural difficulties remain. And this, you call it symptoms. I guess the symptom I have is, as I mentioned, is stiffness. And people say, God, Rob, it looks like you're in pain when you're walking. And I'm not exactly in pain. I would call it's uncomfortable to walk. I'm stiff. Not in, if I had to rate the pain, I would say, it's 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10. But the problem is that walking used to be a pleasure for me. Now it's a chore. And that's a problem. I don't want a life where I have to force myself through uncomfortable walking every day. What I want in my life is comfortable walking every day. That's going to improve my cardiovascular health, help me keep weight off, and be overall healthy. It's walking's great exercise for cardiovascular, pulmonary, breathing, everything. It's great for you, and I want to be able to do it in a way that's pleasurable like it used to be. So we're going to continue these sessions 3 times a week to see if we can make further improvements on the pretty obvious structural problems in my spine, starting with the hip, the lower lumbar, my neck. There's definitely, you can see the arthritis in my right hip, which, and he said, and this makes sense, that the arthritis developed because of the structural problems and the extra weight I was putting on the right hip. And, so if you look at the socket where the femur goes into, there's much less room It's much thinner on the right side. And he said that's not something he can correct. It's not correctable. He said, but by further correcting the structural problems in the spine, um, he can at least delay the amount of time that I might need for hip replacement. Um, and, you know, delaying that, the need for that, I think is a good thing. So it is 9:04, so we have time to go in real quick and get some breakfast. So well, I say we, Dottie's not with me. I didn't bring Dottie to the chiropractor. So I am going to stop at um, the main building there and get me some breakfast. And then later at 1 o'clock, we're going to take the vehicle to the tire works, and they're going to change the oil and filters and check everything out. And hopefully that won't destroy my checking account. But it's good to keep on top of maintenance on your vehicle, especially if you're a nomad. I'm looking here on the way back. If there's anything that we missed going out that you might be interested in. Not really. I think we caught everything. You can see off in the distance, at the very end, you can see the Gold Town sign, and that's where I turn to go home. Well, there's a Big Five sporting goods place right here, and a Goodwill. I didn't mention that. And again, this is the laundromat on the right that I talk about that I use when I need big machines. And this is the Poorhouse, which is a little casino, and there's a restaurant in there that I hear good things about that I haven't tried. And a Best Western. Best Western Hotel. Attached to the Poorhouse, I guess. And Poor is P-O-U-R, not P-O-O-R. And up here on the right is that Holiday Inn Express that is literally right next to my rig. My rig is behind it over a fence, and the fence is covered by 15-foot high oleander bushes. So I don't really hear any noise, nor do I see anything other than the beautiful oleander bushes. And here's the turn into Preferred RV Resort. I really, someone mentioned in the comments, boy, it seems great other than the traffic. Well, the traffic is kind of a pain in the neck, but it's the price you pay for the convenience. And, being, in the summers in New Mexico and remote parks and being in Quartzsite, I really missed the convenience of having all these services and places close by. And I really enjoy it. And I gladly will pay the price of the traffic problem. So we have fobs now to get in the gate. They still buzz you in. I think there's a date where it starts where you have to use your fob. And I've tried to use it several times, but they beat me to it every time. Let's see if I can get in here and do my fob. Let's see if I can do the fob. Can I do the fob? Morning. Oh, here's a big Class A. Tuscany. Go and park over here and get some breakfast. We got 21 minutes left in breakfast. All right, I was thinking about taking you with me to the tire place, but um, it's right across the street. It would be pretty boring. So maybe I'll take my GoPro with me and talk to you on my walk. And if I walk back I either walk back home, depending on how long it takes, or I might just go to one of the fast food places near there and get something to eat and do some editing on the phone or whatever. We'll, we'll, we'll see. I should say that face to face to you. I think I'm going to have more in this video, but if I don't, it's going to end here, so don't get upset if it ends here. Thank you for taking your time to watch me. I appreciate it.